G'day ladies and gents, and welcome to MagzTV's vlog for the 12th of November 2015. So, I know we want to get some more content up on the channel, but I did need to drop a vlog in here. One, it's been a while since I've done one, and as I've said this many times, I need to schedule these in. I need to make it part of my schedule that I actually do these and have an opportunity to discuss, because this is the easiest way for me to get my ideas through outside of the gameplay videos on very specific subjects. The other reason why I needed to do a vlog is because I believe I have a contest that I need to announce, and it has been a week since patch 1.53 has been out now, or give or take, so now is the time that I said I would be announcing the competition details. But we have a few things to go through first, so I'm going to make this one relatively quick. The first one is on the Fallout videos. Now, I've already had a couple of people contacting me going, hey, why are you putting these on your channel? These are, they're not plane related. They're not related to the videos that you would normally do on my channel. Well, yeah, neither was Rebel Galaxy or half the reviews I do. I play other things as well, and I like to share them. I want to make something clear to the people that think that maybe I'm cutting out content that they've actually subscribed to me for to do the Fallout videos. You'll notice the two Fallout videos that are on channel already, both went up on the same day. I uploaded one in the morning, a shorter one, and then I started uploading the second one once that completed while I was playing Fallout 4 offline. So I was recording the third video while the second one was uploading. This is something I can't do. Australian internet, videos take so long to upload. Putting those two videos up in one day tied up my entire internet connection for 18 hours. I normally can't do. I can't do online play and play those at the same time, which is why you got two in one day, because I wasn't playing anything online anyway.
Nice.
The thing is that on that day, I actually hadn't planned to upload any videos in the first place, so you didn't lose any content that you would have normally got on my channel, because that day you weren't going to get any content on my channel anyway. Uploading the Fallout videos as you saw them was actually a last-minute decision. I knew I was going to do a review on Fallout 4. I knew I was going to do at least one or two videos on Fallout 4. But I hadn't made a choice on whether or not I was going to do a series. I actually sort of thought I wouldn't. But when I play, and I probably should have explained this in the past, this is actually a little bit of insight about how I do my videos. I'm always recording. You no need to ask me if you see me in a Battle of War Thunder. Mags, are you recording this video? No, yeah, of course I am. I record everything. But I don't just record everything I do in terms of gameplay. I also record everything I do in terms of audio, as in the microphone is always on, even if I'm not on TeamSpeak. If I'm not on TeamSpeak, I have Audacity opened up, and I'm doing a live recording while I'm playing the gameplay session. And I'm constantly talking to myself. Well, more specifically, I'm running off details, little specifics that I notice about particular aircraft, what's going through my head at that exact moment. When I make my videos, I come back to that, I listen through it in comparison to the gameplay footage to put my head back into the mindset that I was at the video. And this is why I can record a match now and forget about it, and come back to that match in a month and a half's time and be able to put myself in exactly the same mindset as I was at the moment that I flew that match, and be able to do the same quality content as if I'd only flown the match that morning. It's because there's an audio track that's attached to the video file that I listen to that's got the exact thoughts that I was having during that match in it. You don't normally hear that. It's generally a bit scattered. It's definitely not using my voice at all. It's pretty much crap. Occasionally it gets interrupted because my son or whatever will walk into the room, and you'll get a conversation with my son in the middle of the audio file. Normally don't use them, but they exist. The Fallout videos that I've been uploading to the channel that I decided to sort of do a little bit of a series on, that's actually what they are. Those audio files in the background, that's not me deliberately trying to record a commentary. That's me talking to myself. I sort of decided about 10 minutes in that I probably would upload at least some of it. So that's when I sort of change over midway through and I start talking to the viewers rather than talking to just talking to myself. The videos where the introduction and so on were added in post-commentary. They're not actually live. So there's a little bit of trickery in there. But for the most part, that's what you're actually listening to. The audio track itself is just what I would normally do while I'm playing Fallout, so that I could come back through particular sections and remember exactly what I was up to in that moment, in order to be able to make a higher quality post-commentary video. And yeah, it's something you would normally not see, and that's what you're seeing here. I'm uploading them at the times I'm uploading them because they're on days that I wasn't actually planning on uploading a video anyway because I had other things that were on. So, yeah, you're not missing any content. Consider it bonus content and a view from inside of the way I actually make my videos that you normally, traditionally wouldn't see. So, don't feel bad about that. Now, as for making a second channel to put all of that stuff on, it's never going to happen. As I said, look, those 2 videos, 18 hours. I cannot do 2 channels. I don't have an upload speed that is fast enough to maintain content on 2 channels. I struggle to maintain content on 1, and it's all because of the upload speed. I can make videos at a rate that I would never be able to upload them. If I got a 24-hour period completely to myself and I had all the footage pre-recorded to make videos, I could make almost a fortnight or 14 days, 2 weeks worth of content for the channel. Some of it would have to be short form, around 10-minute videos, and with only a few videos out to the 15-20 minute mark, which I traditionally do on my channel. But I could do 2 weeks worth of content in a day. But it would take almost a full week alone for me to upload it, and that's locking up my internet connection permanently for a week. So I wouldn't actually be able to play anything online. I would only be able to do single-player content for that entire week, and it would consume all of my bandwidth for that long to get that 2 weeks worth of content up. It's just not practical. Like I would need to be able to upload. I'd need to be able to upload a 20-minute video in less than an hour to be able to run 2 channels. That would be the bare minimum that I could take, and that's not possible. A 20-minute video, bare minimum is about 8 hours. So there you go. For those that were wondering about the Fallout content, that's why it's going up. It's, as I said, just consider it bonus content, and it will go up on that channel, and there won't be a second channel because there's no way I could maintain a second channel. So that's the way it is. So, second thing to discuss. Now, this one here is going under the title of Full Disclosure. It has been a very interesting week. Something happened that I was not expecting to happen at all. So, for most of you who are aware at this point in time, I did the hunting numbers video, and I got the test wrong. So I issued a retraction, and I apologise for it, because I got numbers wrong. I was always brought up, if you fuck up, you own up. I made a mistake on that one, so I pulled the video, I issued my apology. People seemed really surprised that I did that. I thought that was really odd, but it doesn't matter. I was actually really concerned. I didn't look at my comment section or my email or anything after posting that retraction video for about 6 hours. I just left. I went off and watched a movie, and I think I actually started playing Fallout 4. I just didn't want to see. I was expecting bloody murder to happen in the content section. I was actually expecting to see a net loss in subscribers, and well, no, none of that happened at all. At this point, I'm 100% convinced that I have the absolute best subscriber base on the internet for YouTube. Like, you guys are absolutely amazing. And the guys over at Reddit too. I was expecting it to be a bloodbath over there, and nothing. So I've got to thank yous enough for that too. But then something else happened. Now, as I said, I hadn't been checking my emails. So after reading through all the comments on the retraction video, and then reading through all the comments on the Reddit posts that somebody put up, I decided I'd check out my emails. And there was nothing bad there either. But there was one little email that did get me a little nervous. I got an email from Gaijin. Now, to be honest, I was partially expecting one, and I was expecting it to not be a pleasant experience, because I did sort of chew them out, and I did actually get it wrong. In the upside, I did actually manage to get a lot of people looking very closely at the Hunter and starting to do tests of their own, and I've been informed, I haven't had a chance to check yet, but apparently the last patch that went through, some adjustments have been made to the Hunter. Something's changed with the modules. It's possible that the noted odd situation where particular modules were affecting performance in ways that were not listed appears to have vanished, and the overall performance of the Hunter itself may have increased slightly. I haven't had a chance to look yet. I'm looking forward to logging on and finding out. In fact, I'm probably going to do that after this video. So, I suppose some good did come out of it, but still I was not expecting anything great to come out of an email from Gaijin after issuing that retraction. So I opened up the email, and it was from, I'm not going to mention her name, but it was a person from Gaijin's new PR department. She thanked me for being honest with my subscribers in regards to this issue, and thanked me for being honest with my subscribers in regards to everything that I do with my channel. And she just wanted to let me know that she's unlocked all of the rocket tanks that were added to War Thunder in patch 1.53 so that I could test them under the same vein. That was not an email that I was expecting. I'll be honest with you, I sat there looking at the screen for about 10 minutes feeling like I was in the goddamn Twilight Zone. I actually thought the email had to have been bullshit. Despite the fact that it did come from a Gaijin RU email address, I thought it has to be bullshit. Logged into my account, no, sure enough, I have all 4 of the new rocket tanks that are available in patch 1.53 unlocked on the account. So, full disclosure, they will be showing up on the channel very soon. I did not pay for them. These were gifted to me quite surprisingly, to be perfectly honest. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm going to be soft on them at all. I have been fairly vocal about being anti-rocket tank. I don't think rocket artillery should be in the game at all at this time, and I still stand by that. Rocket artillery was initially designed as a way of suppressing infantry. It wasn't a direct fire anti-tank or anti-vehicle weapon. The idea behind rocket artillery was that you can make a fairly compact rocket artillery that will fire over short range and hit a large area, where actual artillery pieces tend to be fairly large, fairly heavy. Most of them in World War II, despite what you will see in games about World War II, were not self-propelled. They had to be towed to areas and then set up and then packed up and left, and they affected mobility. Artillery forces generally moved very slowly and were fairly vulnerable as a result. I mean, if you were in an artillery position and you were being overran by fast tanks, your artillery guns were damn near useless at short ranges, and you can't exactly just pack them up and go, so the best you can do is jump in your vehicles and run, abandoning your equipment. The rocket artillery was designed to be a small, compact device. It could be fitted to anything, really. It could be mounted in a trailer, it could be mounted to armoured vehicles, it could be mounted at the side of tanks, it could be mounted to bloody anything that they wanted to, and could be used for short-range artillery support in situations where actually using a traditional artillery piece would not be appropriate. We don't have infantry in the game. There's no infantry to support, there's no infantry to suppress, so I've never really saw the need for rocket artillery in the first place. And my first encounters with the Calliope when it was first added were not good. I mean, watching my Ferdinand and my Tiger II getting one shot by a rocket through the heaviest part of the armour from a tank that was at, 3.3 or 3.7 at the time it was added, just got me furious. You can actually still see part of that test. It's on one of Squire's videos where he was testing the Calliope. I didn't do a Calliope video because he was doing one, and I actually helped him with the test. It's my Ferdinand and my Tiger II that you see get obliterated in that test. And yeah, it was the rant that you don't hear on that video was kind of epic. But anyways, we're getting off topic here. I've been gifted these tanks for free. I am going to do reviews on them. I'm not going to be soft on them just because I've received these tanks for free. I'm going to go over them exactly the same way as I would with any other vehicle that I have paid for myself within War Thunder, but it would be unethical for me to show you these tanks on channel without letting you know beforehand that I didn't actually pay for these ones. So always keep that in mind and make your own choices on everything that I say in relation to the vehicles. Alright, so that's enough of me flapping me gums about the premium tanks and Fallout 4. What you're really interested in at the moment is the competition. You've been waiting a while for it, so here it is. So, there will be 3 competitions running simultaneously. First, I'm going to describe the details for competition 1 and 2, as 3 is slightly different. So, competition 1 is a War Thunder only competition. It will feature aircraft, or you will only be able to enter in matches from War Thunder Air Realistic or Air Simulation. I'm sorry, Arcade and Ground Forces guys, at this time I am not taking any applications from either of those. I'm probably going to run another competition for Arcade and tanks at a later time. But the focus of my channel has primarily always been realistic or simulation level gaming, so that is what the competition is going to be based on. Second competition is going to be IL-2 or DCS, whichever game you want. And there is a caveat on this particular competition, is that anything that you send me, any application you send, must be in multiplayer. There must be evidence within the video in order to show that it's in multiplayer, and actually that's the second part, is I will only be accepting videos from IL-2 and from DCS, because the replays in DCS can often show something different to what actually happened. They're known to have glitches, and the replays from IL-2 don't always like transferring between game clients, so I can't use replays on your ones. You have to send me videos. And as I said just a moment ago, those videos must show evidence that the video was recorded on a multiplayer server. As the single players, IL-2 not so much, but single player DCS is definitely, its mission editor is definitely detailed enough that you could artificially create an application to get in, and why that itself would be impressive, but it's not what I'm looking for. So, must be in multiplayer. So, what have you got to do? Well, the criteria of entry for both competitions are exactly the same. For the first thing I want is something that is utterly bullshit. I want to see something that is ridiculous. You know, I want to see one of those matches where a B-17 gets its tail blown off and manages to fly without a tail in War Thunder and still manages to shoot down 3 aircraft before landing. I want to see one of those matches where an ME-410 gets its tail shot off, its wings blown off, it's plummeting out of the sky, and the pilot is just randomly clicking the left mouse button, and a shell happens to go out, fly, 3 kilometers through the air, and blow a B-25 in half, or blow a fighter in half. Just something you could not plan for the life of it. A perfect example from IL-2 actually recently showed up on Bismarck's channel, and I will put a link to it on the screen right now and in the video description. It is Bismarck flying on the Wings of Liberty server in a P-40 in IL-2 Battle of Stalingrad / Battle of Moscow, and he's engaging HE-111s, and as he gets close enough to actually start engaging them, one of the HE-111s drops its bombs in an attempt to drop its weight and maneuver, and they just happen to land perfectly on the center of his cockpit and vaporize his entire aircraft. That shit could not be planned. That shit is funny for me to watch. I want to see that as a potential application. Now, the second criteria, if you don't have to come over those, is actually skill-based. As a YouTuber, I regularly find myself in any environment where I am recognized that is multiplayer, regularly having to engage multiple people at the same time. It just happens. I've showed examples of it in the past, and it does happen constantly. Most of the time it's not an issue and I manage to fight my way out of it. In fact, some of my best videos on the channel have been me fighting myself out of situations where I've been deliberately targeted because I make YouTube videos. The second criteria for these competitions is exactly that. I want you to fight your way out of a situation where you are not in an advantage. Basically, I don't care how the overall match goes, but I want to fight from the center of a battle where you are engaging multiple aircraft simultaneously. A minimum of 2, I would prefer 3, and you manage to kill them all and escape. That's what I want to see, by any means necessary. I don't care what you have to do in order to be able to pull it off, but you must survive the encounter with these aircraft. So, just to recap, 1 competition for War Thunder, Air, Realistic and Simulation, 1 for IL-2 and DCS, but only on the online servers, multiplayer servers. And what I want is either an absolutely bullshit moment, something that you could not script, you could not plan, something that was so utterly random that it could never be recreated if you tried and was hilarious. Or I want a moment where you're engaging multiple aircraft simultaneously at an absolute disadvantage and you manage to defeat all oncoming enemies and survive the encounter, flying away, keeping your plane intact. I don't care if you take damage or not, but you fly away alive. So that's competition 1 and 2, but what about competition number 3? So, for those of you who have been watching the channel closely, you would have noticed I've recently changed my logo, I've changed my introduction, I've incorporated a mascot into the channel. His name's Boomer, he's a big red kangaroo in an Aussie flight jacket. So, what does that have to do with the third competition? Well, the third competition is a design and art competition. Basically, what I want you to do is take an image of Boomer, and I'm going to make one available, it'll be in the comment section below so you can check it out. I want you to use that as an inspiration, and I want you to design a piece of artwork that incorporates your own interpretation of Boomer that will fit on a t-shirt. There is one extra thing I want you to add. I want you to add 30k subscriber contest winner and MagzTV into your design. Everything from there on is up to you. Now, this actually directly links through to the prizes, because all 3 competitions are going to have the same prizes available. Basically, as a contest winner, you'll get to pick. So the prizes options will be a premium pack on War Thunder, up to the value of around $50. If it's a few dollars over, we can negotiate. These will be coming out of my pocket directly, by the way. I'll be using the gift store that's now available on the Gaijin website, or the War Thunder website, in order to put together the price. Alternatively, if you don't want any of the gift packs, you could just request gold, so you can purchase whatever premiums, or premium time, or talismans, or whatever you want within the game. It's up to you. I'm just putting a value up to of around $50. If it's a couple of dollars over for what's there, just let me know and we'll probably pick it up anyway. The second prize that's available is actually a DCS prize. You'll have your choice of a module from DCS, up until about the same value. I think they're all around $50 anyway. If they happen to be a little couple of dollars over, we can have a talk about that, and we'll probably fix that one up anyway. I'm unsure if I'm able to pre-order anything for you. I'd love to make the M2000 that's due for release soon available as a prize, but I've personally already pre-ordered the aircraft, and I'm not sure if I can pre-order it twice, so I wouldn't be able to get a second code for the M2000 outside of waiting for it to actually be released. But if that's the only thing that you really want, we can have a look at that and we'll see what we can do about it, because at least part of this prize is actually going to take a little bit longer than you might think. But we'll get to that in just a moment. Now, the third prize option, if you don't own a copy of IL-2 Battle of Stalingrad, I can pick that one up for you. If you do own a copy of IL-2 Stormovik Battle of Stalingrad, I can pick you up the 2 premium aircraft that are available for it. If you already own those, there's not much else I can do. IL-2 doesn't actually have a store or anything along those lines, so that's all I can really offer at this point. Now, there is actually one extra prize that everybody will receive. Now, I mentioned that the third prize is designing a t-shirt design. What I'm going to do is the winning design of that competition, I'm going to personally have printed to a set of shirts here in Australia. I'm only going to have 4 shirts made. There will be one that I will be keeping personally for myself. As for the other 3 shirts, they will be sent out to the competition winners. I'll be taking the sizes that you prefer, the cuts you prefer in the t-shirt, and I will be taking your addresses, obviously, so I've got a place to send them through. And you guys will have the first examples of MagzTV merchandise. Now, at this point, I'm thinking that I probably won't use that design on any other shirt, so they will be unique. I may change my mind on that one, but if I do, this is why I want the 30,000 subscriber contest winner incorporated into the design, because if I decide to reprint that design at all and make it available at a later time for general purchase, if there is enough requests for it, I'm going to remove the 30,000 subscriber contest winner and make slight adjustments to the shirt. So the ones that the winners receive for this competition will be unique to this competition. Any additional prints afterwards will receive alterations, so they won't be the same. There will only be one set of these original shirts printed off, and that's it. Now, of course, the last part of any competition, the judging. How am I going to judge the winners? Well, that's the thing, I'm not. This competition wouldn't be happening if it wasn't for the awesome community that I've managed to collect on my channel. So, my community is going to select the winners. I'm going to select the finalists. Once you have sent them all in, I'm going to, and the closing date for the competition has passed, I'm going to take a week assembling videos for each section of the competition. Those videos will be posted, and there will be links to a voting poll on each of those videos, and you, my subscribers, will be the ones selecting the winner. So, that's the MagzTV's 30,000 subscriber competition. I'll put all the details in the video description below. I'm probably all over the shop a little bit at the moment. I've built this competition inside my head, but I actually haven't written it down on paper. So, once again, I'm ad-libbing everything. But the competition, I think, is well enough designed. It allows for both non-skilled and skilled entries to come in and go side by side against one another. And there won't be any consideration of bias on who the winner is going to be, because I'm not going to pick the winner. You are. I'm just going to pick the finalists you get to choose from. And I'm hoping there will be enough that I might be able to get at least 10 finalists available for each section of the competition. So, anyways, what are you still watching the video for? Get out there and get into the competition. You know what the criteria are now. Get your entries sent through. Email address in the video description below. Click like if you do. Subscribe if you want to see more. Fly smart. Fly safe. And I'll catch you in the skies.